Alright fellas, welcome to the video. This is Stardew Valley rare events. Alright, so as you can see, we got the events on the left, and the chance of them happening, the criteria for them to occur, and the effect that it has. So we're just going to go over all of them real quick so you can understand this chart. You can screenshot whatever, it doesn't matter. Alright, the first one is nothing. It has a 100% chance of happening on the day before your wedding. So basically, none of the other events will happen on the day before your wedding. Then, we have the crop fairy. It has a 1% chance of happening every day. But it can't be winter and it can't be raining. And it chooses 100 random terrain features. And if a crop that is unfinished, not grown yet, is chosen, then it'll grow all the crops in a 5x5 radius. It will not pick wild seeds, but if the wild seeds are in the radius, then they will grow. Next is the witch. That has a 1% chance of growing. And basically it runs through all the coops and hutches. It has an 80% chance to choose a coop and 50% to choose a hutch. If it chooses a coop, it puts a void egg, and if you 100% completed the game, then you could get a golden egg. And if the hutch is chosen, then it makes all your slimes black. And if it doesn't pick any of them, then it doesn't do anything. Next is a meteorite. That's a 1% chance of occurring. And when it is chosen, it chooses a random 3x3 area on your farm, and within it, it checks if there's a 2x2 area with no water or blocks that prevent movement or resource tiles. And if that space exists that's clear and within the 3x3 area, the meteorite falls. If it fails to check, it does not happen. So it says 1%, but it's much lower because it has to pick the correct set of tiles. Then we have the strange capsule event. I don't want to put what that is in the effect just in case somebody hasn't seen it yet, but it has a 0.8% chance of happening every day after year 1, and it can only happen once in a save file. The next is a stone owl. It has a 0.5% chance of happening, and it's the same as a strange capsule, except you can get it multiple times. Then the next one is your wife or husband asking for a child. That's a 5% chance of happening. You have to be married for 7 days, sleep at home, have a nursery, have 10 hearts, and enough room in the nursery for your spouse to ask for a child. Also, you can't have another child that is not a toddler. And if that succeeds, a child is delivered 14 days later. Next is animal birth. This one has a 50% chance of occurring every day, and an animal must be able to give birth for it to happen. Now, this is 50%, but again, there's other criteria. It chooses a barn equal to 0.55% times the number of animals in the barn. And then it randomly chooses an animal from the barn, and if that animal can have a baby, then an animal is born. So it says it's a 50% chance to activate those roles to pick the animal. So it's actually much lower. You can do the math on that. And then the wild animal attack. I've never actually seen this before, but it's a 100% chance of happening if no other event is chosen. And it basically, when it happens, there's a 50% chance to activate, and if it does, it randomly chooses a barn or a coop with the door open with animals outside, and a random animal is chosen and disappears, and it says something terrible happened last night when you wake up. But just keep in mind, it only happens if none of the other events don't happen, and it has a 50% chance to activate after that, and then you need an animal outside that couldn't get it back inside. So it's pretty unlikely. I've never had it happen to me. And then the last one really is an event, but I think people want to know about it. It's a giant crop. Basically, each space of like 3 times 3 space of pumpkins, melons, or cauliflower have a 1% chance of becoming a giant crop every morning. You can even leave them there fully grown until they become a giant crop, but I don't recommend it. But yeah, every instance of 3 times 3 has a 1% chance every morning. So yeah, um, those are all the events. Just let me know if I missed anything. Feel free to screenshot this, and I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed so I can get through college. Thank you, and see you later.